Hey, party people, welcome back to another Nerds and Squares Small Talk podcast, mini podcast here on BP Fun. I'm Captain Zeus, the host with the most. That there is Lucky, there. And we're here to go over just a quick little trailer that Disney dropped. Kind of surprising, if I'm not gonna lie. And it's over a coming soon to theaters, but coming soon to Disney Plus.
Coming soon to theaters.
And we got to see a couple of projects that we knew were already in the works, and some that we could see our first footage of. Just going down the line here, we get to see some footage of Daredevil Born Again, which looks awesome. We did see a leaked trailer of it. If you guys want to check that out, link will be somewhere on the screen. We did a whole mini podcast discussing that, so go check that out. We got to see in this coming to Disney Plus trailer, there was footage of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Ironheart, What If Season 3, Marvel Zombies, Wonder Man, and Eyes of Wakanda. Again, since this is a mini podcast, we're not going to be talking too much or talking a whole lot about this. The Daredevil Born Again stuff, we already did a mini podcast on, so definitely check that video out. I will say the only thing that really stands out would be some more Bullseye footage, I suppose. He's in his purple costume fighting Daredevil. That's really the only thing that stood out to me, except for the high quality images that we saw. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, personally, I didn't think this show needed to be made at all. I was confused why they were making this show. And as I'm looking at the footage, it looks like it's just CGI. I don't know what Marvel's big deal is, but every single animated show they've been doing recently, for the MCU at least, is CGI. It boggles my mind. It looks disgusting. I'm not a fan of it. I thought this was going to be like some cool 2D animation similar to the comic book style, but now it's 3D. Ironheart, show that should not be made whatsoever. Character that should not have been introduced to the MCU yet, and we're having footage of her character in there. Honestly, I'm not excited for the show whatsoever. The only good thing about it is the Hood, the character the Hood, he's going to be in there. That's the only good thing I could think of about the Ironheart show. Otherwise, I mean, still don't know why she's getting her own show. What If Season 3, the last season for What If, since, Season 2 did not do well at all, and they're canceling the show here. And personally, I don't know how this even got a Season 2, let alone a Season 3. Animation's bad. The story, instead of it being an actual What If anthology, is just another MCU timeline with just expanding to different universes. Like, it was weird. Didn't really make sense. Nor was the What Ifs that interesting either. Like, out of all the What Ifs fans are fans of, they chose like the least interesting ones for the most part. So, What If Season 3, if you're excited for that. Marvel Zombies, a lot of people are excited for. It has the exact, and I'm not kidding, exact same animation as What If. So, that's a bit of a buzzkill for me. From the footage that we saw, it was Wakanda versus the zombies. So, not sure how I feel about that, really. Marvel Zombies is supposed to be like TVMA, for obvious reasons, but I'm really concerned considering the animation's the same as What If. Granted, we didn't see a whole lot from this trailer, but I don't really know what this is going to be about. Like, what's the point of it? But we'll have to see when we get a full-length trailer, of course. I'll skip over Wonder Man for a second. Eyes of Wakanda, we saw just a little bit of it. I'm not too sure on how the animation looks. I hope it's not the same from What If, but I am excited for the show. It's supposed to be an anthology series in the MCU, expanding over a lot of different characters in Wakanda. So I think that's going to be super cool, getting more lore into Wakanda and Wakanda in the MCU in general. I think that's awesome. I enjoyed the Eyes of Wakanda. It hasn't come out yet. I enjoyed Wakanda Forever very much, and I thought that definitely gave the impression of, hey, we're going to start to expand with some of these other characters, and I think this is a good start. Depending on how this goes, maybe we could see a movie of the World War II Black Panther, kind of like the Black Panther Captain America game that we're seeing. I'd like to see that live action. Again, potential's nearly limitless there for the MCU for Eyes of Wakanda. So I'm actually excited for that show. Hopefully a trailer comes out soon for it, full-length trailer. And then we get Wonder Man, which it's not. But I don't think the show should be made, first of all. I think it's one thing to like tease a character and then make a show about him or a movie about him, right? But I'm interested as to what the point of them making this show was going to be. Now, they did cast, and I'm gonna butcher this dude's name, Yawa Abdul Mateen II, I believe is how you pronounce this guy's name. Great actor, played, Black Manta in the Aquaman movies. He played Dr. Manhattan in the Watchmen TV series. He's done a lot of different roles. Great actor. I think his phenomenal. I don't think he's great for this role. Race aside, I think that's actually the big thing is the race card here. I think he's just better off in a different role. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't see him as a Wonder Man. I think he could be way better in like a serious role or just not Wonder Man. I don't know. I just don't get that vibe from him. And also is the race card. But I'm also just mainly confused as to why the show's being made. We do see Ben Kingsley's Trevor, what's his face? He's back in the MCU. He's in the show. We've seen him in Iron Man 3, where he made his debut as the Mandarin. And then we saw him in Shang-Chi, where he was the jester for the real Mandarin. And now he's training Simon Williams here in the show, it seems. So, I don't know. Weird. This trailer was like, it gave me hope for some things, but then it just gave me more questions about why some of these projects are being made. Obviously, we have to wait till a full-length trailer comes out for each of them, because we only get to see snippets, but I don't know. For me, I'm not exactly as excited as I was hoping, and I'm more confused than anything.
Yeah, Zeus, I mean, I understand all your points that you made there. I'm going to take a little bit of a different route here in terms of some of them than what you said. Obviously, Daredevil, we're excited. Go check out the video. Great video. We love what we're seeing from that. For me, the three biggest things that stood out to me is what if is whatever. I've never been into what if. It's not my thing. It's not my vibe. Animation aside, I just don't like how messy it is a lot of the time. It just kind of throws people in and takes them out, and it's like 12-minute episodes, whatever. Big three ones that I really seemed interested in was Wonder Man, Eyes of Wakanda, and Ironheart. And now hear me out, Zeus. Now hear me out. Wonder Man, it's very simple. I love the actor. I saw him in Candyman, loved him as Black Manta. And I know nothing about Wonder Man. So I'm hoping hopefully, in this, I have no expectations going in, but hopefully it gives me kind of that Guardians of the Galaxy vibe. Not in terms of what his character is, but just like, show me this character that I've never met before. I haven't read the comics. I'm going in completely blind, and give me something. I feel like he's a talented enough actor to go and make me interested in somebody that, you know what I mean, I've never met. In terms of Eyes of Wakanda, I think it's really simple. Wakanda's one of the coolest places to me in the comics and in the MCU. When you look at like blockbusters, they just don't have the necessary time to really dig into Wakanda. Like we do get like the shots of it, and we do understand how it works and how it operates and things like that, but it's more broad scale. So I'm really excited to kind of get a more detailed look, hopefully, especially if it's an anthology series like it looks like it's going to be. I'd love to dig more into the culture of Wakanda and dig into maybe how it kind of came to be, like how it went from a regular nation to this is what we did, this is how it found out, World War II, Black Panther, as you said, with the video game, all this kind of stuff. We can like go through and see the growth of Wakanda, and I don't know, I think it could be a really cool homage as well to Chadwick Boseman and the work that they did to kind of bring Black Panther to the big screen and continue that, because to your point, I loved Wakanda Forever as well, and I love the country of Wakanda. I feel like it's a fascinating place, and there's a lot to explore that we haven't explored yet. And now I get to Ironheart, which is, and here's my thing, the thing that interests me, and by interest I mean I am not in no way, shape, or form saying it's going to be good. I am not in no way, shape, or form saying it is going to be amazing. To me, what I'm interested in seeing is like RDJ. Nobody's going to replace RDJ as Iron Man, and those are impossible shoes to fill for the actress regardless. I'm excited to kind of see what they're able to pull out for the next step, or the next kind of, not step, but like the next chapter of someone in like an Iron Man-esque suit. I'm intrigued, because I really have low standards for the show, but I'm intrigued to see what they're able to build and kind of put into it to make it feel like, okay, this is where it's headed. That's what I'm looking for, is give me something concrete. I just want to see kind of where it goes, right? It's not excited. It's probably the one that I'm least excited for out of those three that I listed, but I would like to see the next thing. Where does it go? What's it gonna do? Impossible shoes to fill. It's probably going to be the worst one out of the three that I listed, but I want to see what happens. It's like, even if it's a train wreck, like it's something that you can't take your eyes off of. I'm hoping, at least. And in terms of the other stuff, Marvel Zombies, obviously people have been clamoring for Marvel Zombies for years. It's finally here. It also looks like from the clip that it might be zombies versus Wakanda, which would be interesting. The technological advances of Wakanda would be kind of interesting to throw into that universe and see how they deal with a situation on such a broad scale as that. That'd be unique. A lot of Wakanda. And then, what was the other one, Zeus? Oh, Spider-Man? I'm not for it. Listen, I'm kind of Spider-Man'd out, right? For me, there's been a lot of Spider-Man content I enjoy Spider-Man. I'm not a Spider-Man hater, but there's been a lot. PlayStation, Into the Spider-Verse Part 2. You got the Spider-Man Far From Home. You got all this type of stuff going on, and it feels as though I'm ready to just kind of take a breather from it. If they were to do anything Spider-Man, I'd rather them go back to the basics and kind of like how they did X-Men 97 and do like a classical Spider-Man animated series.
Apparently, there's talks of them doing a remake or remaster of the series.
That would be fun.
So you might be able to get your wish.
That would be fun. If I am going to watch anything kind of Spider-Man related for a bit, I'd go back because of the pure walk down memory lane that it would be. So, and you could have cool characters in there like Daredevil, which I love. That'd be cool to see the animated classic Daredevil in that. We'd actually be able to get a smaller scale Spider-Man street crime fighting story off of that instead of the Spider-Man 4 movie that was supposed to be that, but now sounds like a multiverse. So, oh my god. I'm excited for some of it. I'm not for some of it. It's a mixed bag in my opinion. Obviously, Daredevil was a standout. Everybody should be excited for Daredevil Born Again. Zombies, obviously, is a big one that people have been talking about for a long time. It's not my biggest cup of tea, but I can understand why people can get behind it, be excited for it. Hopefully, all of them are hits or decent, and we can move forward and feel good about what we have. My guess is that it's probably going to be half misses, half hits. That's my guess. And that's being a little bit generous. Please stop making What If series, Marvel. I'm begging you. And that's kind of how I'm going to sign out, is please stop with that in particular.
I think the thing they really need to stop is just that garbage 3D animation. I don't think it's hard to, with the money that they have, to do 2D animation. Heck, it'd be cool if they did anime. Hire an anime studio to do something like that. That'd be cool. We've seen it with like Star Wars Visions. Definitely something people are interested in for sure. And
we saw it with Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
We saw it with Isekai.
Yeah, the Suicide Squad Isekai, which is fantastic, by the way. But I think the biggest missed opportunity for Marvel was if they did the What If series just like Visions. They had different animation studios, each one making their own What If story, and it's just an anthology. Because you notice What If is basically the same premise as Star Wars Visions, but you notice the success of both of them. Star Wars Visions has a lot more success than What If. Visions has each episode a different anime studio making it, and it's an amazing thing to watch. I do want to add that Eyes of Wakanda is also being made by Ryan Coogler, if I'm not mistaken. So I think anything Wakanda related, he's going to be tied into. He's definitely also working on Ironheart because she's his favorite character. No idea why. She is, so he's also working on that. So 2 of those projects are Coogler made, or at least done by his production company. But hey, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below your thoughts on the upcoming Disney Plus series in 2025. I'm Zeus. There's Lucky, and we will see you guys in the next one. See ya.